most people don't know that hidden away in Ohio is a history full of railroads. Hi guys, Untouchable here, and welcome to a new video that I've been making for the longest time. This is about the abandoned railroad infrastructure of Lorain County. So, in this few minute video, let me take you through some of the abandoned stuff that I found exploring Lorain County with me, my friends, and everything as we go along here. The main focus is going to be in the Lorain County metro parks, like Days Dam and spots in between. There's also places in the city of Lorain itself that I don't have on video, but I could still show you and also tell you about in future videos. We'll also go through Amherst. Well, actually, most of the focus is going to be in Amherst, Elyria, and Lorain. The Tri-Cities, as I call them. But anyway, we're going to start here in this part of the video. Right now, you're looking at an abandoned grade crossing for the Lorain and West Virginia Railroad. The railroad opened in 1906, connecting Wellington to Lorain, Ohio, to access the steel mills. And that railroad was actually a very profitable one. Never carried passengers, just freight. It carried a lot of ore to the steel mills. And I believe it was Wabash Railroad that had control over it, and the Erie Railroad too, I believe also. But I can't remember exactly, because there's some people that say it's Wabash, some people that say it's different railroads, so I unfortunately don't know. But the line was effectively abandoned in 1980. But parts of it are still used in Wellington as the tourist railroad, Lorain and West Virginia Railroad. Most of the row or railroad right-of-way is still in very good shape for the most part. In some areas, though, it is badly covered with trees and overgrown, especially when you get into Sheffield and most of Amherst. Now, South Lorain, on the other hand, where that is, it's actually in great shape. Right here in this video that I'm showing you, this is the famous Enigma Bridge that's in Amherst, Ohio. This is one of the many bridges that are still intact from the Lorain and West Virginia Railroad. This one crosses the famous New York Central water level route in Amherst, just past, it's actually between Middlebridge Road and Oberlin Road there. And now the railroad that's operating underneath it now is the Norfolk Southern. And in 1999, before this railroad was taken over by Norfolk Southern, it was owned by Conrail. This is the famed Chicago line for Conrail. Conrail illegally raised this bridge up in 1999 so they can send stack trains underneath it. So that's why, in effect, it is raised off of its foundations. The bridge is in remarkable condition for being out in the open, exposed to the elements. And yes, I am being completely stupid and walking on top of it. But rest assured, it was very safe. I did check it out before I walked on it. And I suggest if you have if you're an avid rail fan, if you like abandoned railroad stuff, this is for you. Now, what's cool about this location is that to the right of this video and down about a half mile, actually no, about a quarter of a mile, there is a two bridge abutments for a railroad called the Lorain Ashland Southern, the Ramsey track. And that line ran parallel to the Lorain and West Virginia Railroad, but it was not as successful as the West Virginia because of competition between the two. So the line was abandoned in about 1925, I believe it was, and it was pulled up. The rails were used for a scrap drive during World War II. That row, good luck trying to find any of it. There is some areas close to, actually right next to the Enigma Bridge there is a good spot to see it. Another area is in South Lorain by Reed Avenue. You can go through Elmwood Cemetery and actually walk part of the right-of-way for about a good 2-3 miles. All right, now we're in Sheffield, Ohio, or on the fringes of it. We're kind of like in between Lorain, Elyria, and Sheffield. And this is part of the Lorain and West Virginia Railroad. This trestle is 790 feet long and about 5 stories tall. And it crosses the Black River there from South Lorain into Sheffield. We're on the Lorain side now. We're going over to the Sheffield side. And it was actually built in 1906, right at the inception of the railroad. And it was continually used until this was actually the part of the railroad the last part of the railroad that closed down in the late 70s, early 80s. And this bridge isn't, for being as old as it is in remarkable condition. You can see right here that although the wood is mostly rotten on the top, the rails are still in excellent condition. And the grade crossing that I showed you in the beginning of the video is actually just behind those trees back there, about a half a mile. But it's one of the best pieces there. And we have some pictures coming up here. There's the underside of the bridge. You could see not really rusted underneath, more surface rust than anything, which is pretty nice. And then what's cool about if you go up on top of there, if you can get up there, I don't suggest you do it because the rangers might see you. You're going to get yelled at probably. But there's a DuPont tanker from 1953. There's my friend Ben there to illustrate how big it is compared to him. Oh, what we don't do to have fun. But the last thing we're going to look at today, guys, is a bridge that's part of the Lakeshore Electric interurban. They ran from the late 1800s up to 1930 in Lorain County. And this bridge is located off Elmwood Cemetery. The thing I do throw caution to the wind, guys, is that it is on private property. There are houses facing away from where I'm at right now that I wouldn't stick there long because, you know, I don't want you to get in trouble for trespassing. But nonetheless, a great find back there. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this little video of the abandoned infrastructure for railroads in Lorain County. I hope to do more videos of abandoned places and stuff like this. So let me know in the comments what you think. And as always, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next video.